Thank you so much to Boom Kids. Here we go, Karen, you got it? Boom Kids, I was going to attempt a somersault, but I might have ended up in your lap, so I decided not to do that. Spandex, woo! All right, they told me these were a 3X, spandex. It doesn't make any sense. How about this hair? You too could have this hair. This is one of the wigs that was donated. If you do need a wig, we do have them over here for you all to help yourself too. So, Donna, quite an entrance.
Yeah, I cannot top that, I can assure you.
I don't know. I feel a little naked standing up here. I thought I'd have the podium or something to stand behind.
No, we need to see you in your full glory.
Yes, yes. I know, dear Lord. And I did a kick and, but they told me if I cried, I would lose points as a cheerleader. Ooh, okay. So anyway, Boom Fitness, Boom Kids, Boom Dance. We really appreciate them helping us out with this. Okay, so my name is Sharon Welch Clark. I own Pepperberries, and I got to know all those cutie patooties back there. They're so sweet, and I'd like to come out with a bang. So who knows what my hair will look like when I take this wig off. But anyway, we wanted to thank you all for being here tonight. This is our first year back after 2 years virtual. We're so happy to have Donna with us. Donna is bigger than just Culpeper, right?
I am.
Yeah, she covers.
Small package, but big job. No, I have the privilege of actually supporting our local hospital as the president for Culpeper, and then as the COO, or Chief Operating Officer for UVA Community Health. So officially part of UVA Health. So we're so excited to be here, and this is actually our 17th year partnering with Sharon. 17.
So we're very excited about that. Another thing is we have been able to provide over 700 mammograms in our community, partnering with the UVA hospital. And right now, I think we have about $60,000 in the fund. The fund is always in need of donations. I've had a couple people give me checks tonight. We do have a little bucket up here that'll be in the corner of the stage if you want to empty your change purse in there, put any type of little donations. We appreciate it. We have people that donate throughout the community. Their names will be rolling on this screen throughout the night, but we certainly appreciate every donation we get. And please keep in mind, every penny that you donate to the Pink Fund goes directly into the fund. There's no administrative fees, anything like that. 100% of every penny goes into the fund.
Yes. And it could not go to a more worthy cause.
Yeah.
All of our services are provided at our outpatient imaging center, which is right on downtown Main Street. Believe it or not, the center has been open for 2 years now. Hard to believe. But it is an extraordinary experience for those of you that have not had the opportunity to go there. And we could not be more proud of the work that's being done there on a daily basis.
Yeah.
We're also very excited that we have, for the 6th year running, a panel of invited guests that are cancer survivors.
Yes.
So they get to come and tell their stories and demonstrate to you how impactful this service has been to them and their lives as they journey through this experience.
And the other thing is, when I was visiting with some of the exhibitors out front, I actually met a lady out at the exhibit table, and she used the fund. So it just gives me goosebumps when I hear people that are using the funds, get to meet them and know that we were helpful in that. And it's not necessarily me, it's because people have donated money. UVA has helped with the mammograms. And I just like to have fun and come out here and be crazy. So it's because of all of you that we do this, and we're very excited about it. And let's see, what else am I? Oh, if you haven't filled out your grand prize ticket, it's in your bag with a pen. You fill that out and bring it up here to this little brass rolling thing. It looks like a bingo machine. but you put it in there, and then you'll be entered to win. You do have to be present to win the grand prize drawing that we will draw at the end of the evening.
Yes, and hopefully everyone had a chance to experience the delicious food. Just a shout out to our hospital.
Yeah.
Who did all of the catering, and I think just really deserve a round of applause and just great feedback.
I also wanted to do two quick shout outs. Ashley Carter is the one who usually would be up here with me, or not up with, she'd be down here with me, making sure I was doing everything correctly and on time. She's had the flu for the past 3 days. She's dying not being here with us. So Roz, right here, stepped in. Can you imagine me telling her I was going to come out in a cheerleading outfit? She's never been to Pink before, so she has been inundated with the Pamper Me Pink. So she is part of us now. And I also wanted to thank Cindy Fincham, wherever she is. She's the one who recruits and takes care of all of our volunteers. We have
waving in the back.
There she is. We have over 35 volunteers that have made this happen tonight, and without them, we wouldn't be here. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. This is Erin. She is the head of the imaging center.
The
administrator of the imaging center, and she's got something. Woohoo! So that's who you talk to about mammograms. So I've had a mammogram there, and I have one scheduled coming up, and they're so nice and sweet there. So anyway, I'm going to step off stage, take off this warm wig, and turn it over to Erin.
All right.
Thanks, Donna.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
all.
All right. How is everyone tonight? Woo! Listen, this is my first time ever being here. Yes, this is amazing. So, as Sharon said, I'm the administrator for the Outpatient Imaging Center here in Culpeper. I have a little history about me. I actually worked with the organization in Northern Virginia with Novant Health, UVA Health System for 15 years. And then this wonderful opportunity came about to open the imaging center here in town. And so I am a local here to Culpeper, and I have been for almost 15 years. So, of course, I thought, wow, this is something that I really want to do. This is a great opportunity. And so, we've been open 2 years now. Since August 17th was our open date. And I've enjoyed every bit of it, meeting the community, and it's really wonderful to support the community that I live in. Not that it wasn't hard before, but it's even more meaningful now, being a member of Culpeper. I think so many of you have shown up tonight because you have friends or family that has been affected by this nasty big word called cancer. And, I have myself, included, we've lost a lot of family members, and my mom, she's not here tonight, but she's battling cancer herself, and she's with our amazing cancer center, and they are just taking wonderful care of her and just have taken her with open arms, and so we're very hopeful. But, I do this, I go to work every day, and I take it very seriously what we do because I know how important it is. And so it's a great joy for me. This year is, for those of you who do not know, we started a Best for Breast bra auction. It's the first time ever. Woohoo! We have, I believe it's 34 bras that have been submitted. And so we started this many, many months ago when we started the advertising out to the community and to all the local businesses to see who would be willing or interested in participating to decorate a bra for our center. And then that bra would then be auctioned off. And so we're just so fortunate for all the participants. And I know there's been some questions this evening, and we do have our poster. So, but if you look in your bags, we also have a little postcard that has instructions about the Best for Breast bra auction and how that operates. So if you are on Facebook, you can jump on our Outpatient Imaging Culpeper Facebook page, and you'll see all the bras on there. You can go on there and you can bid. You'll see what all the prior bids are, and if you want to outbid someone. The bra auction will end at the end of the month. But then we also have a fan favorite. So go on there and pick which one is your favorite, and the fan favorite will get a prize. So,
Okay, everybody, thank you so much. One thing I usually do is the first people that arrive at the show event, I usually give them a prize. We have plenty of prizes tonight, don't you worry. But I was very surprised 11 o'clock this morning when 2 ladies showed up at the event. You may not imagine who they are. They are decorated, they are loud, and they are fun. So here's a couple little gifts for you all. I want to thank you. They are sisters. And can you, wait a minute, tell me your shirt says, don't press your luck, press your boobs. Turn around, press your boobs. In 2022, mammograms save lives. So they are clearly our boob cheerleaders. So I'm very excited. We're going to have a wonderful interview. My doctor. And she might know Dr. Majub as well. Yes. So if Dr. Majub could come up to the stage, please. Oh, you come with microphone. Handsome guy too, isn't he? Oh gosh, make you turn red. So have a seat. Let's see, is your microphone working? Oh, yes.
Hello.
That is the
1,
first thing.
2.
Oh, wait a minute. I just want to mention my shoes. Dang, aren't they cute? Cute shoes. Okay, sorry, I digress. So, thank you so much for being here with us today.
No problem, my pleasure.
It's always a wonderful event, and having a doctor here is very helpful because you're going to share information with us that maybe we don't know, maybe we do know. But first, I'm hoping you will tell us who you are.
Oh. All right. How much time do you have? 20?
I'll cut you off.
All
I'll
right.
cut you off if you go too long.
I'm Ali Majub. I moved to the area. Well, I started working in Culpeper 5 years ago. Moved from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, a little accent.
Yeah, big change.
Wait a minute. You moved from Brooklyn to Culpeper.
Well, I live in Gainesville, but working from Brooklyn to Culpeper was like, oh. I mean.
Hey,
yeah,
we have a target. Come on.
Yeah, it's true.
We have a target.
Well, no, it's
Target.
a good. That's true.
Yeah.
It's a good change. You know, you ask for something, and there are people who's willing to help you. I was
Yes.
like, wow, okay, that didn't happen in New York.
Sometimes they walk you to the item.
And sometimes it's more than one person who's willing to help you.
Well, that's a problem. I don't think since the pandemic that happens.
Well.
There's not 2 people employed there anymore. Okay, so sorry. So tell us about your kids. You have kids.
What kids? I have kids.
Did you?
Oh,
There's some
right,
misprint.
That's true. So I have 2 boys, 6 and 8. Pretty busy with them, you can imagine. 2 boys. Fun age, a lot of soccer and travel and practice days and games days.
Do they play travel soccer?
One of them just started this year. So yeah, I spent Sunday, hour and a half each way to Maryland for a 30 minutes game.
I don't know why you all do that to yourselves. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, well, and next year, the second will join, I think. So
Really?
I need to hire a parent.
Tell us about your wife. She must be amazing.
My wife, she is amazing.
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, she's the one who's dealing with them,
Yes.
actually.
While you're
letting-
just saving lives.
Yeah, well,
I thought so.
At least she thinks so.
Yeah.
So she's a pediatrician as well. She works locally in Haymarket and Gainesville, and taking care of the kids and myself.
Oh.
Yeah, she has 3 kids.
2 or 3. That happens. So I see here that you are an MD, UVA medical oncologist for UVA Health Culpeper Medical Center. So if you were in an elevator, your elevator speech is done with your title.
That's it? Yep.
Yeah. Gosh, it's so long. What does a medical oncologist do?
So cancer care is basically have different specialties. We have the surgeons who they operate, and the radiation oncologists who provide radiation, and the third part is the medical oncologist, and we provide the medication, basically, if you want to put it in simple words. So that goes from chemotherapy to hormone therapy to immunotherapy. That's what medical oncologists are responsible. We follow patients the longest, usually, and manage side effects related to our treatments.
So I know you have a fan club here because when I told people who I was interviewing, I got some cheers, oh, I love him, love him. But I hear that a lot about a lot of the doctors in Culpeper. A lot of the people in Culpeper are well loved. One of the things that has been in the news lately, I think everybody's heard of it, but Katie Couric, who is a huge cancer advocate, she's had family members pass from different types of cancer. She recently was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she missed her mammogram by 2 months and came and had breast cancer. So tell us about the screening mammograms, how often we should get them. Can we miss 2 months? During the pandemic, I bet a lot of people missed their mammograms.
That's true. So if you look it up, unfortunately, there are discrepancy in a lot of organization and guidelines on how often or when to start. There are some pushes, again, pushing it till 45 or 50 years old to start, but really the guidelines is to start at the age of 40. That's for standard risk patients, which means not high risk, no significant family history or genetic or personal history. Start at 40 and gotta be once a year. Again, some guidelines in some aspects pushing to do it every other year when after 55, but really the strong guidelines is yearly. Don't delay it, it saves lives. And another point I want to clarify, also some patients or people here that after the age after a certain age, they should stop doing mammograms. That's not true as well. As long as life expectancy 5 to 10 years and you're healthy, it doesn't matter how old are you. You should continue with the early mammograms.
So my mom, she'd kill me if she knew I was saying this, is going to be 85 this year in November, and I guess they told her she didn't have to have mammograms anymore. So you know what that meant to her? That if she got breast cancer, it didn't matter? So I'm so against that. I'm glad that you brought that up because I am a mature age and will be getting mammograms for a long time, but I just really think that telling somebody they don't need a mammogram anymore, that's kind of a downer.
Yeah, and it's a simple test. It should be done. It shouldn't stop.
Yeah.
There are treatments you could save lives and with simple treatments or surgeries.
Yeah. The good news is that you, myself, all these people in this audience, and everybody here is saving lives. So together we're stronger, and we're there for people. And so I appreciate some of that. So tell me about self-exams. I'm uncomfortable with it, but the older I get, the more comfortable I get.
Okay. Okay.
I really didn't mean to do that.
Sure.
I mean, I guess,
I know.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Where's Dr. Candlewall? We'll get him up here.
We're talking science here.
Yeah,
right?
science. Science. That's all I was referring to.
Sure.
I'm much more mature now.
Yes.
Right.
Obviously. Yes.
Wait a minute.
All right. Science.
Apparently you didn't see me in that wig.
Well, yes. Self-exam. Same thing. If you go, the data behind it, a lot of data saying it really did not change survival or helped a lot, but it is a strong recommendation for patients or not patients to get familiar with how their breast feel or sounds. It's a lot of our cancer patients, they discovered the mass themselves you do a mammogram once a year, but still something can happen 6 months later. So self-exam is still recommended, and especially for our cancer patients, it's even more appropriate. For a screening self-exam, yes, still recommended as often as the person can.
So we've interviewed a lot of people on this stage, cancer survivors and things, and we have had a couple of them that found the lumps themselves. And so maybe that saved their lives because it initiated them going to, speak about it, and I think that's very healthy. So I would definitely encourage that, the self-exams as well as your screening mammograms. The benefit of Pamper Me Pink is if you're underinsured, if you're uninsured, we can pay for your mammograms. So we're here to do that, so it's not an excuse. It's never an excuse not to get your mammogram in Culpeper and surrounding counties. What is the most rewarding part of your job?
Well, today it's amazing. Yes.
Yay!
It is amazing seeing patients coming back, changing their lives. I'm not taking the credit. It's just rewarding to see them. We try to help. Sometimes patients hate us when we put them through the treatment and a side effect, but we are just trying to help. And then you see them 6 months later, and a year later, and 5 years later, and 10 years later, and it's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. Yep.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, I get all goosebumped when I, meet somebody who has survived cancer, but the fact they let us sign that police car out there, which was amazing. I want to tell you about that. Aaron with the imaging center here suggested the pink police car this year because they did it in Northern Virginia where she was. So I went to the police, the major of the police department, and he said, absolutely, we'll do it. So he went to Express Copy. Express Copy donated the pink wrap on the car. And then tonight we got to sign it. And one of the people that signed the car, or the police vehicle, said 24 years strong. And I mean, It just made me, I want to cry.
Yeah.
So there's so much hope. There's so much progress with medication and, in your field, and you look very young to me. So, it's good that, we have.
I'm maturing.
You're mature? Oh, he's mature. So anyway, yes, who was here when I interviewed Dr. Stockard? Whoa. You might go back and watch that interview. You probably wouldn't be here if you watched that interview. Dr. Stockard embarrassed me, which is very hard to do. Okay, I wanted to also ask you, outside of the hospital, what do you do for fun?
Well, I like sports. I still play soccer weekly in a league locally. I like to travel when I have time. Kids take a lot of time. Yeah. And between families, I have my parents, my in-law, they all local. So between.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, between the weekends, between the families and friends and sports. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, you look a little athletic, right? You look like you're athletic. If you were not a medical oncologist, what would you be?
Oh.
The host of Pamper Me Pink?
No.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I like constructions, I guess. Civil engineer, that would be there, yeah.
Oh.
I spend a lot of time looking at concrete being poured for some reason. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah.
Doesn't seem as satisfying as...
You never know.
Yeah,
you should
well.
try it. Yeah.
Well, such a personality. Okay, and what message do you want to leave this fabulous audience with?
Well, get your mammograms, really.
Yeah.
It saves lives, it's important, and spread the word.
Yeah. I heard Dr. Rooney. Is Dr. Rooney here yet? Is he here? Anyway, way back there, Dr. Rooney So I think he shared with me, I hope I get this right, 80 to 85% of people that are diagnosed with cancer do not have it in their family. Correct? Thank you. I did a radio show with him earlier this month. That blows my mind.
Yeah, we get a lot of, when patients get diagnosed, unfortunately, and especially the first visit, we see them, one of the first things they mention, well, I don't have a family history. How did I get it? My parents are healthy, my siblings are healthy, but it really doesn't have to do with genetics. It's, we get cancer every day, every year, and then our immune system kind of help to get rid of it, and one day one cell can escape that mechanism and develop cancer. Someone said, I read it once, that if we all live long enough, we will all have cancer.
That is very sad.
It's sad
I
and
can't
scary.
leave it like that. That can't be the end.
Yeah, well,
So you might be in trouble now.
you're talking to oncologists.
I know, I know. Oh dear Lord, how can I lighten this up? No, that is so true. But those statistics, that is very sad and very important. We all wish we could do more because this fund is for breast cancer. It's for mammograms. And so maybe there's somebody out there that wants to pick up another thing to help other people too, and I'll be right there with them. But I appreciate you taking the time. I am so grateful and blessed that you are in Culpeper. Yeah, I think we're all lucky.
Thank you. My pleasure. I'm blessed to be in this community and helping this
Yeah.
community.
Isn't this a
very
great community?
Nice people, very friendly, make your job easier.
Yeah, you walk down the street and they say hello.
Yeah.
What a concept. Yeah. So anyway, I really appreciate it. Where is your office?
So we're located in the hospital, next to the hospital.
You're really local.
And the benefit of us being here, we're actually full-time here.
Yeah.
The cancer center, 5 days a week. We have 3 providers in medical oncology and Dr. Kendall in radiation oncology. So we're there to help all the time. We get the support also from the surgeons who come from UVA twice a month or 4 times a month. So we're happy to serve over here.
We really appreciate that. This is such a unique community. I mean, I have people that come into my store. Have you heard of Pepperberries before?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. That was the right answer. No, I have people that come in the store. They come in the store. If you need a present for your wife, you can stop by. They come in the store and they say, we're thinking about relocating. So they're coming from a larger city or from another state. And I always tell them, I said, we have the benefit of we have a community college. We have a community hospital that is owned by UVA, a world-renowned hospital, a teaching hospital. So we are cutting edge. I mean, I'm just so excited about it. I can't even stand it. So, and then I tell them, and we have cute little shops downtown and great restaurants. So anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here.
My pleasure.
It wasn't that painful.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so I want y'all to introduce yourselves. Why don't we start with you?
My name is Joan McBride.
We're going to use your microphone. It's on.
I am a teacher. I can speak pretty loud.
You can just talk into it.
Oh, hello?
Yes.
Who's there?
Yeah.
My name is Joan McBride. I am a former teacher. I am a current realtor, and I love living in Culpeper for all the aforementioned reasons between Sharon and Dr. Majoub.
Ooh, whoa, okay. Great. And you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Carol Benson. I also am a Culpeperite. Have been here for over 30 years and raised 2 children in Culpeper and just enjoy it. And it's fun to see people from
Isn't
many
it?
years friendship out here.
I know, and it's such a colorful audience, too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Everyone
wonderful.
has on pink, but I don't have on pink.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I have pink shoes. Oh,
I love 'em.
Anyway,
I love 'em.
yeah, I'm a black and white gal. So I do wear pink to these events. You'll see them. Actually, you'll see multiple sizes of my pink outfits on these screens. It's always interesting. Okay, so introduce yourself.
My name is John Rutherford. I've been in Culpeper for 10 years. 10 years, but I was born in Manassas. I've lived in the area, Warrenton, Fauquier, all over. So, but yeah.
You're local too.
Local.
Okay, and you?
My name is Carolyn. Moved here in 1979. I have 2 boys, a daughter-in-law, and a brand new grandbaby.
Oh. Oh. We're going to put them a little closer to your mouth, okay? Thanks. Well, welcome to the 17th Pamper Me Pink. We appreciate it. And the thing that it seems like a big thing, but you all will save some lives today. Just hearing your stories will help people to be more comfortable with their diagnosis, with their treatments, and to maybe go get a mammogram, because I think that's what we're all pushing for, is for people to have their mammograms. So I'm going to start. Who wants to tell their story first? Wow.
I will, but
hey
I'll probably burn up the
now.
whole time.
I know, I love that about you. Good. Now I know that your mom is here and your niece.
Yep.
Oh, they're right over
Kaylin,
here.
Mom.
Yeah,
Kaylin's
oh,
here.
niece. It's so I didn't make you stand up or anything. No, I won't. I won't make you stand up. Cutie patootie. Okay, so let's hold the mic close to your mouth and then tell us your story, because I'm fascinated by it. I've heard it.
Well, it was last probably May. I was leaving out of my room and I bumped up against the threshold of the door and it hurt when I hit it. And it started getting like harder and things like that. So I looked it up online, of course, first thing, and it was one of 2 things, bruise or breast cancer. And from what I saw, 0.1% of men get breast cancer. So it was like it had to be a bruise. Went on, probably 6 months passed. Well, it was last October that it just started, it didn't go away. And Mom called made an appointment for me to go, and called me at work and said, "You're stopping by when you go home from work." So I stopped by, they looked at it for like 2 seconds and they're like, "I'm pretty sure this is what it is." So then the next week they sent me up to the imaging center. They did the mammogram there, came back positive. They found something there. Then they did the biopsy, came back positive. And then from there started the whole thing. Started seeing Dr. Majoub and
Dr. Machu.
and then Dr. Showalter ended up doing the surgery back in May. And I'm still doing infusions till January 28th, I think, is my last one. And then I saw Dr. Kandawal as well for the radiation.
So I've learned a lot from John, and we've really only met one time before, and I'm sorry about the commanders. I'm sorry I made that comment, because I'm very fond of you. I still call him the Skin, so I'm back from the John Riggins days.
I absolutely do too.
Whew. Anyway, so tell us again the percentage of men that have breast cancer.
Now, it was from online, but it said 0.1%. And they did the...
Who's going to verify that? You didn't look on Amazon, did you?
No, it wasn't Amazon.
Thank God. Okay.
WebMD.
0.1% of men have breast cancer. So since I've been doing this for a while, we've always tried to find men that would get up on this panel, and we've had several, but none of them have had breast cancer. And I want to cry right now, because I'm so appreciative of you being here tonight.
Thank you.
So the other thing I learned about John is, the Cancer Center has a connection with a lot of cancer patients. I have connection with cancer patients at the store, because a lot of our customers or guests are like family to us, and so we see what they go through. So sometimes I'll find the survivors, sometimes the hospital does. And they said, when they called me to tell me about you, they said, oh, he's not happy. He's not happy about the Pamper Me Pink Fund. We wouldn't pay for his mammogram. And I'm like, what? What? I get up here and I do this and we didn't pay for his mammogram? Well, we've uncovered something concerning. So we did pay for his mammogram. But, there's a but. So Pamper Me Pink Fund can pay for the mammogram and the follow-up mammogram or the ultrasound. Once we get past that, we can no longer pay for any benefits because then we get into what the state funds pay for. If we do anything past the diagnostic procedures, then you're cut off from everything. So John continued through his journey and was thinking that Pamper Me Pink was turning him down. But what we found out is the fund that pays for a lot of the state care only pays for women. They don't pay for men with breast cancer. It's totally unacceptable. Who said unacceptable? Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Well, I think you also have to be 40 years old.
Oh, you have to be 40. How old are you,
Yeah,
John?
I'm 41 now.
Oh, you're a young whippersnapper there. So we've learned a lot from John, and so I've taken it as a cause. I talked to a state representative, and I haven't solved it yet, so don't think I'm paying your bills yet. But I think it's a political year, right? Somebody should want to pay your bills. So I speak loudly, and I know a few people, and so, you know, the heck with that. You know, we do have all these. If it's 1%, if it's 1% of a percent or something, how much can that be? Right? So, you know, we're not done with you yet. We're not done with John yet. Yeah. So I'm so excited to have you here. You've been an inspiration to me. I heard a little bit about your family story. Your mother rocks my world. I would have done the same thing. In that doctor's office. I would have made the appointment. I would have done it all. Yes, and your niece that lives with you, phenomenal. She's beautiful. I won't draw any attention to you, I swear. How old is she?
13.
Oh, such
No,
a
they
hard
both
age.
helped a lot through.
What's that?
They both helped a lot through like the chemo and stuff like that, because that was the worst part by far, the chemo, the after effects of that. And my problem is too, is it could have been probably easier, but I am not one to say anything or, you know, so I didn't make the phone call, hey, this is happening, you know, what do I need to do? I waited till my next appointment, and then, you know, Dr. Majou was like, okay, well, here, let's do this. Oh, hey, it worked.
Is that because you're a man?
Might be.
Sorry. Well, I can't tell you how much you've touched my heart, and I think others. So, you know, it just shows you that, you know, that men can get breast cancer. I know of a few here in Culpeper that had breast cancer and are survivors, and we're just grateful that we have the facilities here that can help you. Did you go to Charlottesville at all?
I went to Charlottesville for the surgery itself.
Okay,
Everything
great.
else has been done here, and everybody is amazing up there.
They just have a kind heart. They do. Okay. Why don't you tell us your story?
My name is Carol, and I have had annual mammograms probably for over 20 years, and I really don't know if I missed one because of the pandemic, but in December of 2020, I got the call, we'd like for you to come back for additional views. So we went back for additional views, and I'd had that call like with my very first mammogram, so I didn't get concerned over it. Then I got a phone call that said, we'd like for you to come back and have a biopsy. Actually, they probably told me that before I left after my additional views. So I went back and I had a biopsy and I had an ultrasound. And at that point in time, I began to shake a little. My foundation, So between December 7th, I went through my little book Sunday night. Between December 7th and December 17th, I'd had several procedures, and my phone rang December 17th. My friend who is a nurse practitioner called me and said, "Carol, you have breast cancer." And I was walking from the parking garage into the place where I work, and I just stopped for a moment because I wasn't really sure how to process that. So came home, told my husband, told my family, told some friends at church, my support group. So met the navigator, and I'm very thankful for the navigator. The navigator knows the way, and anything that I knew kind of fell out of my head because I got the phone call, "You have a breast cancer." So navigator got me in to see medical oncology, radiation oncology, breast surgeon. Breast surgeon talked about biopsy results and cell type and not stage yet, we didn't know that yet, but information. Every visit, you get a little bit more information. So you go back to your family, you go back to your prayer partners, you go back to what are we supposed to do next? We had the analogy, we're at war. This is the enemy, okay? Lobar, invasive lobar carcinoma is the enemy. That was my cell type. So every test that we did, every mammogram that we did, every MRI that we did, every biopsy that we did, every lumpectomy that we did, every piece of information that came back helped us change our game plan, or war plan, if you want to call it, the game plan. So I'm very thankful for my team, my UVA team. Many of them were here in Culpeper, some were in Charlottesville. And one procedure led to the other, and I was enrolled in an intraoperative radiation option, which is fabulous. Instead of going for 20 or 25 full breast radiation, you could get intraoperative radiation if you met criteria. So your sentinel lymph node had to be negative, and I think your tumor size couldn't be but so big. So I qualified for that, so I was thrilled. So that was at the Emily Couric Cancer Center in Charlottesville.
Beautiful center.
Early one morning. And the pathology, I had my second lumpectomy and had the intraop radiation, and I was thrilled because I thought, yay, we're done. Woo! Yay, we're done. Not so. So the Friday before Easter, Dr. Schroen, my breast surgeon, called me and said, "I'm really sorry to tell you this. The initial lump that we went after, the margins are negative, but we cut a little more around because that's what we do. And there's cancer in what we cut a little more around." And I was stunned. I'm like, we never saw that on breast MRI, on mammogram with contrast. We never saw any of that.
Not on the ultrasound?
None of that, no. I mean, we knew what we were going after.
Right.
We had 2 lesions we were concerned about. So this was a surprise third. So that really rocked me. But I had follow-up with Dr. Schroen, and we talked about what the next step would be. And breast-sparing procedures are the goal. The goal.
Breast-sparing?
So
Breast-sparing.
Breast-sparing. Leave
Okay,
as much
so not a
natural
mastectomy.
tissue. Right.
No mastectomy, okay.
Leave as much tissue. She's like, well, we can go back and take margins. We can do full chest radiation. But I talked with my family, talked with my husband. It was like, if this is so tricky, invasive lobar carcinoma, and I have a friend who's an oncologist, and he said it's, Dr. Schroen said it's tricky. My friend said it's a sheep's and wool clothing. It spreads by tentacles. All those things were concerning to me. Mm-hmm. I thought, I'm done. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go through this kind of treatment and 2 years later or less or a little bit more, have another mammogram and get to do this war thing. I'm done. I'm done. So we talked. We came back and talked again. She sent me to plastic surgery, which was in Charlottesville. We talked with Dr. Stranix. I went back and talked again, and we made a decision. We're going to do a bilateral mastectomy, even though all the issues were on the right, and do reconstruction.
So that was the right decision for you?
That was the right decision for me. My medical team did not deny that from me.
Okay, good.
They supported me. They understood where I was coming from. They assured me that
since it's a breast cancer surgery, insurance would cover it. So, kind of knew what I was getting into. So that's what we decided to do. And it was a giant surgery. It was interesting to go to plastics. You see all this crazy stuff on the internet and TV about what plastic surgery can do, but Dr. Stranix was wonderful. These are your options.
Yeah.
You can have reconstruction never, you can have initial reconstruction, you can have full reconstruction. We can come back and see you in 6 months to a year. The door was wide open. The possibilities were really, really endless. So it was kind of fun. He gave me a website. Go through there and tell me what you like and what you don't like. So you see all these pictures at the UVA plastic surgery website of breasts that have been reconstructed, and it's kind of like pick the one you want.
Okay. So pick the breast
Pick what
that you want to
so
have.
we had a conversation,
Yeah.
and then between Dr. Schroen, my breast surgeon, and Dr. Stranix, my plastic surgeon, we all met in Charlottesville for the definitive surgery, as we call it at the house. We had definitive surgery. So I went to the OR and had bilateral mastectomy, and it's called a DIEP flap, a DIEP, a deep inferior epigastric flap. So they take fat and reposition it on your chest. So I woke up with, I stayed in the hospital 2 days, 2 nights.
Really? Wow. So I know that you're in the healthcare field, and so a lot of the abbreviations and the things that you know, we don't know. But how did that affect your decision with your journey? What do you do for a living?
I work in interventional radiology as a physician assistant.
Yes.
So I work with physicians in a very specialized area of radiology, doing things inside bodies.
Okay. So how did that affect your decision of what you did?
In my line of work, I see a lot of cancer patients. And I told Dr. Schroen from the get-go, I said, I want to do everything we can do to decrease the risk of reoccurrence. That's my goal. I will do this, but I really don't want to do it twice. So when the pathology report came back with a new focus of invasive lobular lobar carcinoma, I'm like, I'm done. Yeah. And talked with my husband, talked with our children, talked with my mom, my sisters, my prayer friends at work. You prayed over it. I'm done. And it worked for me because I'm that kind of cut and go kind of person, but to know that UVA and my care team supported that. They didn't try and say, oh no, they supported that.
So I think it's interesting because you use the term I'm done. To me, your story sounds like I'm beginning. I'm just starting to begin. I'm going to do this journey. I'm going to fight that war.
Dr. Patel, we were heavy in battle from December through the end of June. So for 6 months, we were heavy into battle. And once I got through mammogram and reconstruction and went to see Dr. Patel, my medical oncologist, he coined the term survivorship. Now you're in the survivorship phase.
Good.
Which, that's an active phase also.
Yeah.
But
Fighter. You're a fighter.
oh, yeah.
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 Darn right
Very
you
competitive. Very competitive.
are. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Thank
so
you.
I'd like to put her husband on the spot, but I didn't ask first. But I love the fact that your family, that you were so embracing your family with your decisions. And I'm so independent. I can't even imagine, going out and asking people or stuff. So it helps me to become, I guess, what we call softer. Yeah.
Yeah. And my friends at church, all through, cards and scriptures and people praying over you and, just remembrances. The Lord helped the Israelites get out of Egypt and travel through the wilderness for 40 years with a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day. And the morning we left, early February, to go for the first procedure at 4 o'clock or whatever, because we had to be there at 5:30. You look, our kitchen faces west. There's this giant full moon setting, and I'm like, there's my pillar of fire by night.
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be okay.
Well, you're an inspiration because, you made decisions that some people wouldn't, but it was your journey, and I love the fact that you got to pick your journey.
I did.
Yeah.
And, anybody want to ask me questions? I'm I'm thankful to see my mammographer, Margaret, back there.
Oh,
I don't go and see her anymore because I don't need a mammogram anymore.
Where is she?
She's way in the back, waving.
Oh,
Thank you,
yeah.
Margaret.
She's
Thank
done
you,
my
Margaret.
mammograms before, too. And yours, too. There you go.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Shout out to them.
Yes.
Yes. And she keeps her hands warm, and yeah.
She's very reassuring. When you did an interview one time, we compress because we care, or there was something about the mem, and I thought, that's Margaret, because
Yeah.
when you have a biopsy, it's not all that comfortable. She's like, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Keep
Breathe.
breathing. Yeah.
Breathe.
Yeah. She,
Breathe.
She
Yeah.
was wonderful. She
Yeah.
helped me get through it.
Yeah. Well, thank you all. Yeah, thank them, and thank
Yeah.
all the team. Your team is great. I'm
There's
so
always
glad you have
hope.
it.
There's always
Oh,
hope. There's
gosh.
always hope.
Hope, absolutely. Thank you for that.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, your turn. Is your mic still on? Yep, should be. Just keep it up close to your mouth. Teacher.
So my husband and I are really big into riding four-wheelers side-by-sides, and we do the Hatfield-McCoy trails. We've been to Tennessee. Was supposed to do the Arizona Peace Trail, however, chemo stopped me from doing that. But Father's Day last year, we had gone to Tennessee, and it was a little rough. At one point, our side-by-side went into a huge cutout, so it sort of tilted, which brought him in sort of, even though you have your belts and stuff on, it brought it close into me, and so we continued to ride, and when we got home, I had noticed a bruise and a knot, which I was convinced it was an injury, and it didn't go away. So I called a friend of mine who was in healthcare, and she was like, oh, here, let me give you this number, and this number. Well, that's not the way it works. You can't just pick up the phone and call the doctor and say, hey, I think, I need to get this checked. You have to go through the proper channels, of course. So I set up an appointment through Wellspring, and from that point, it just moved quickly. I've never seen anything move so quick in my life. We were sitting outside one Saturday, and the phone rang, and it was Charlottesville. So I kind of knew right then and there it's cancer. And it was Dr. Schroen's office who had let me know that I needed to come in, and we needed to discuss what my options were. So then it began. So I started chemo in August of last year, did 8 chemo treatments, never been so sick in my life. You can put a pretty color to any cancer that you want, and it's just not pretty. My family, my 2 boys, daughter-in-law, my husband, did everything for me, from grocery shopping to Mr. OCD sitting there coming by and saying, hey, Mom, I'm just going to run the vacuum cleaner for you. Just, they did literally everything. The cancer responded very well to the chemo, which I was like, yay, So we started with a lumpectomy, and the way I was explained is they like for the cancer to take and just shrink it down into a balloon so they can just go in, take it out. And that's what we did. And it came back. When mine went down, mine decided to crumble. So it left cancer throughout which technically I could have just had one removed, and I'm like, nope, I don't want any parts of this. Let's do both. So that's what we did, and then I went through the radiation, and now I'm I have to go, maybe we'll see each other till January for the infusions every 3 weeks.
So you're both going in January.
Well, I go every 3 weeks still.
You still go every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And how often are you going now?
Every 3 weeks.
Oh, you are too. Okay, and then yours ends in January?
Hopefully.
Yes. Yeah, Lord willing. So, did you had a mastectomy?
Yes.
A double mastectomy?
Yes. And that was
And-
my choice.
Pardon?
That was my
By
choice.
choice, yeah, so you as well. So, I want to talk about the cancer too, but what is the side-by-side?
It's basically a two-seater.
Okay,
They're sitting side by side.
okay. With 4 wheels and you drive through the forest?
Mountains.
Got it.
Mountains.
It's like a
Okay.
little dune buggy.
It's dangerous. Dangerous. Okay, got it. So that's interesting too. Both of you all had bruises. Yeah, that's bizarre. So when did your journey start?
I started chemo in August of last year.
So it's been just a little over a year. And your family's been very supportive.
Yes.
And
Not just family, but my husband's been a member of Brandy Volunteer Fire Department for, I don't know, 40-some years.
Oh, awesome.
Well, actually, he would probably like me saying that, because that would put him younger than what he is.
See? Yeah.
They were a huge support
That's so
to us.
nice.
Your neighbors, anybody that finds out that you have cancer, if they say reach out, then reach out.
Reach out to them. You know what? Years and years ago, I don't even know how long ago, maybe when I was little, when you had cancer, it wasn't like that. People didn't embrace you. They didn't know how to help you, and we weren't as educated then. So I'm glad that people are embracing you, and they are, reaching out to you and making sure that you're okay, because it takes a village, right? It takes a village. An interesting story I just learned tonight, that her daughter-in-law's mother worked with me 19 years ago at Pepperberry's. Yes. And she was just this big back then, and now she's sitting here in the front row. Oh my gosh, it's a small world, so be careful who you talk about, right? So, my goodness. So, what do you want to tell, people that, did you have any in your family? Any breast cancer in your family?
My aunt had breast cancer, but I did the genetic testing because my niece also came back with a triple negative breast cancer. So I elected to do the genetic testing, and it's not genetic.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
tested negative for that. Yeah. Did you have any cancer in your family?
Yeah, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and my aunt. But they did the same thing. They did the genetic testing with me, and it
Nothing.
wasn't a genetic thing.
Okay. What about you?
My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, but she was in her 70s.
Okay.
And I asked for genetic testing. We have a 24-year-old, 25-year-old daughter, and his mother had a breast cancer. Her, grandmother's on
Yeah.
both sides, mother. So I said for her, I'm aged out to be a breast cancer gene carrier. Usually
Yeah.
that's very young women. But for Emma's sake, I wanted to know, do I carry the gene? And I don't. But if I
Okay.
did, then Emma, you need to address this.
So because you have cancer in your family, does she start getting mammograms earlier?
No,
Okay.
no.
So she's still 40.
She's under 40. She's 25.
No, but I mean, no.
Yes,
But
start
she
at 40.
waits till she's
Yes,
40. I apologize.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah, she's in her 20s now. So she
Yes.
waits. Yeah, interesting. We have had breast cancer survivors or cancer survivors on our panel that are in their 20s.
Yes.
Yeah, it's shocking, but they found it.
Yes.
Because people didn't want to treat them in the beginning. You know, they didn't think, no, you're too young, but we've had them
Right.
on the panel. So thank you so much. See, it wasn't that hard, was it? She's still like, yeah, great, absolutely. Okay, so tell us your story. And you're going to have to hold that microphone right up to your mouth.
First, I'll remove my rainbow mask
Rainbow mask.
and tell you why I'm wearing it. It's because I was very, very careful. The 2 years of COVID, I'm still careful. I still go into a lot of places, and I'm the only one there wearing a mask. And I believe in it even more since last night when I took my husband to the doctor to get his terrible congestion and coughing and sinus issue diagnosed, and he has terrible sinusitis, and it's running around, and there's all kinds of other viruses going around. So I suggest everyone pull your masks back out, because this is the worst suffering I have ever seen my husband do, and he had cancer 2 years before I did. But I mean, there's wicked stuff going around. So I'll tell, my story starts in a little log cabin in Illinois right next to Abe Lincoln's place. We were just like this. We used to read by the same candlelight until I burned him one time.
Wow, I have an entertainer up here.
But I had terrible, terrible hot flashes for years that were only controlled by hormone therapy. I looked at the odds as the years went by. I looked at the risk factors. Didn't have any cancer in my family at that time. I had a menstruation when I was 11, so that was a risk factor. I never had children. That's another risk factor. But when you stand at the teller line in a bank and you have a hot flash that looks like you're Michael Jordan in the fourth quarter, and the teller, the young teller who's about 20 just about passes out, then you have to say, wait a minute, this isn't normal, and I'm not going to live this way. So I continued on with my hormone therapy, even past moving from the northern neck to Culpeper over a period of a couple years, and checked in with my primary care doctor here that I was converting to, and his nurse practitioner wouldn't prescribe me any hormone replacement patches because of my age. I was over 65 then. And so I had a pretty hot reaction, let us say, and then I talked to the doctor, and he prescribed them, so I was happy again. So after 30 years, I finally pursued my dream of becoming a realtor. That was after we moved to Culpeper. This was in 2017. 6 months later, my husband was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer of the spine, which was very traumatic and exciting and interesting. And that's when I met Dr. Patel, the medical oncologist here, and Dr. Candelwall, the medical radiologist, both of whom my husband loves, I love, and they have tremendous rapport and empathy for their patients, and over and above that, they are perfectionists. They don't make mistakes. They are exceptional in every way, and we are so lucky to have them in our little town, so we don't have to drive to Haymarket or Charlottesville. So I'd already met them. And then when I found my own lump in 2018 in December, this was after this transition of moving and becoming a realtor and having tremendous stress and not paying attention to doing my breast self-exam, not paying attention because of the transition and moving, that I think maybe I missed 1 or 2 mammograms. And I never had in my whole life, starting at age 40 every year regularly. So a whole bunch of things happened that I am responsible for, that I wasn't looking out for myself because I was very obsessed and a workaholic about my career. So when I found my lump, my doctor got me right in, and he said, yep, that's what it feels like it is. And I went to get the mammogram and all that process. And here are some things I learned about mammograms that I bet many of you in the audience, if you didn't know, you need to know. Because women who have dense breasts, if you've ever been diagnosed with dense breasts, that can be either fat tissue or it can be fibroids. But they cannot see your cancer as easily on the mammogram because dense breasts or fat or fibroids, fibrous tissue is white and the cancer is white. So they can't see it all the time. So if you have dense breasts and you're worried, then talk with your doctor, talk with your insurance about getting an MRI or an ultrasound or the 3D tomography. But just a regular mammogram does not catch it all. So I had over the years suspicions when I had to go back and get another mammogram, and every time it was generally nothing. A couple times I had to have the needle biopsy where they like put your breast in a vise and squeeze it and then get a rusty nail and kind of drive it in there. And yeah, and sorry about that. So the rusty nail is driven in there, and that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. So they're just, to bring that portion of my story to an end, it's that I had warning signals, but I was gambling. I was playing the odds. Later on, maybe 15, 20 years ago, an aunt on each side of my family got breast cancer, but not my mother, not my grandmother, and since I had no children, no one below me. So if Dr. Majoub says that 85% of the people who get cancer don't have it in their family, then I'm somewhere in that funny gray area where I have the maternal and the paternal aunt. I had my surgery in the end of January of 2019. And that went very well. They're real, at UVA in Charlottesville, the breast surgeon is extremely competent and direct and tells you this, this, and this, and do this, this, and this, and everything was great. Then I had about 4 or 5 months of chemotherapy. I got by with that really lucky. The only problems I had were things tasted funny. Cheetos tasted funny, peanut butter tasted funny, everything tasted like metal, like sucking on an aluminum something or other. But I never was nauseous, I never had a headache, and in fact, chemotherapy cured my migraines, which is a miracle in and of itself.
So interesting that you would say the first food out of your mouth,
Cheetos.
the first Cheetos.
I have a problem.
With Cheetos.
Yeah.
That's something. It also, the fact you said, so some of the things you said I have not heard of. So the fact that you have not had children, the fact that you had your period at age 11. I don't know, I'm not in the medical field at all. And so I think that that's so good for people to hear because it is easy to put off your mammogram. It's very easy because, my family physician they make the appointment for you. And it's never a good appointment. So I always enter no in my text. They send you the appointment, and then, of course, it's when I don't have enough employees and stuff like that. So I always say no. And then it's on me to call back to make that mammogram. And how quickly you forget your own self-care. So your story really tells us I'm sure you're a very successful real estate agent, but you have to take care of yourself. And there's so many things that kind of signaled you, and the hormone therapy too. So I find it's interesting. You all have different stories. So you weren't sick. I think the three of them were very sick. Were you sick?
Diagnostic mammo.
Oh.
Annual event.
Oh, okay, great. What about you? Yeah.
He
And
had
we
a-
know you were
he had a
really
trauma.
sick. Dying, yeah. Yeah, that was terrible. So it's interesting how it affects everybody, because everybody's body is different, everybody's affected differently. I certainly do appreciate you all being here, because the audience has learned something new. You've told them something to think about.
Yes.
You've told me things to think about, and I just, you all are just heroes. You're just heroes in my eyes.
May I add one thing? Just one thing. I see a lot of patients on a weekly basis in clinic, and going to dovetail on the end of what Sharon and Joan were talking about. You don't drive your truck or your car forever without ever changing the oil or rotating the tires. You don't use your vacuum cleaner the entire life of the vacuum cleaner without ever changing the bag. When your washer doesn't work, you call somebody, and when your dryer doesn't dry, you call somebody. We're no different.
Right, right.
Lung cancer, breast cancer, colon
Yeah.
cancer, prostate cancer. Just take care, just go to your doctor. Don't be afraid to go to your doctor.
This is the first year in, I think, 6 years that we've ever had all breast cancer survivors on the panel. And because we have colon, we have esophagus, we have throat, we've had all different types of things, because we want to educate everybody on every type of cancer. And from what you said, about rotating the tires, I'm adamant about getting my oil changed.
It's general
So my
maintenance.
car works. I mean, really, what about the rest of me? But it's interesting that we don't take care of ourselves. So if nothing else, these 4 heroes should remind you to go get your mammograms and take care of yourself and help other people. I mean, your story includes your mom, yours, a friend calling on the phone. And there's so many people out there that can help you and provide services and hugs. So I think they deserve a standing ovation. Monty Hall here. It's time to play Let's Make a Deal. The medical version. Oh, sorry. No, they're still prizes. They're all great. They're great prizes. Okay, so we have 2 doctors that are going to be our assistants. Can you please welcome Dr. Rooney and Dr. Hansen. Oh, here we go. Come on up, guys. Come on up. So, does anybody know J.D. Slade on the Country Music Channel? So, Dr. Rooney and I did an interview with J.D. Slade last Sunday? Maybe last Sunday. Maybe it aired last Sunday.
Last Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Sunday before last. What is today? Tuesday? Not last Sunday, the Sunday before that. And J.D. Slade, if y'all haven't listened to it, look back there who's here. Looky there, honey. Sorry. Hi. I haven't seen you in forever. She's taking care of all of our elderly people. I love that woman. Okay, sorry, I digress. So, J.D. Slade, Dr. Rooney and I were in a small little room, and we were talking about all kinds of things for cancer and things like that. And then J.D. Slade said something, and I thought Dr. Rooney was going to fall under the table. Do you want to share what he said?
I think you should say. She was actually the one who was faint.
I was very shocked, but he did make a point. I didn't think I was going to say this tonight, but now I am. So you could listen to the radio broadcast. Or, so JD said, he's a big advocate of cancer and helping people and different things like that. And he said, do you know, Sharon and Dr. Rooney, if a man had a problem with his private parts, but he said the word. Yes. The medical term starts with a P, and we almost fell out. He said, they would get it taken care of right away. But when it comes to their breast, probably not. So it was very true, but he used the word penis.
And with the radio voice, you know the radio voice.
Yeah, radio voice, yes.
Extra emphasis.
Very true, but I don't know if Dr. Rooney will ever do an interview with me again.
It was awesome.
I didn't say it, so at least he said it. So, but it was a very true statement. So I wanted you to introduce yourself. Tell us about you.
My name is Neil Hassan. I'm the Chief Clinical Officer at Culpeper Hospital. I'm an ER doc by training, so when Dr. Majub and Dr. Kandawal have a right now problem, they call me. Otherwise, I'm calling them.
All right, Dr. Rooney, if you'll introduce yourself.
I'm the chief of breast imaging, Department of Radiology at UVA, and there are 7 of us, and we come up and we staff the outpatient imaging center up at Culpeper, and we're here in person Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do all the diagnostics, the screenings, the biopsies, and then all the other days we're reading the screeners from Culpeper. So our names are on those reports 100% of the time, and we've met a lot of you, and it's a blessing to be here.
Thank you. So we're not playing with the rookies up here. We have professionals, and they're going to help us with the Let's Make a Deal game. So the Let's Make a Deal, a little bit of it is a version that's medical, but you're going to go out, and in the audience, you're going to pick 2 individuals to come up and play. You're going to go in the audience and pick 3 individuals to come up and play. Now, I have had very professional, medically educated people come here to do this, and one went and got 3 people by mistake.
Dr. Denton.
Oh, sorry. Oh, threw him under the bus. So that went on for about 5 minutes, because then the other one went out and had to get 1 more person, and he brought back 2 people, and it was hilarious, actually. So anyway, if you'll go in the audience and pick out your 3 and your 2, that would be great.
Where's my 17-year attendee? 17 year? Who's been here 17 years in a row? You've been all, come on, wanna play? Come on. Come play, come on, you coming up?
I don't know, who does Let's Make a Deal now? There's a new guy that does it.
I like your thing, come on.
You've been to every single Pamper Me Pink? I love you, woman. I love you. Great. Okay, so, well, hello, everybody. So I'm gonna ask you your name. Francis, do you live in Culpeper? Rapidan. Very good, that's close enough, right? We're so glad that you're here.
Jackie.
Where do you live, Jackie?
Orange.
Oh my gosh, we're just getting around. There you go. And you?
Jenny from Rapidan.
Oh my gosh, but you gotta be Jenny, Jackie, Francis. I already forgot Francis. I'm not gonna do this again because I'll never remember. Okay, and your name? Laura, where do you live? Culpeper. Laura's been to 17 Pamper Me Pinks. And your name? Trish, and where do you live, Trish? Culpeper too. I'm loving this little ensemble with your bracelet, and that's pretty. Cancer survivor. Great, how many years? 5 years. She spoke on our panel before. You must have not had on that pink sweatshirt. Oh, sweet. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So we're gonna play Let's Make a Deal a little bit differently. So look at these professionals. They are holding a product in their hand. One of them has a bottle of Tylenol. We're going to bring it around for you to see it. And you're going to tell us the price of the Tylenol without going over. Whoever is, look at you, are cracking up. Whoever is the closest, without going over, gets to pick a prize.
Extra strength.
It's not
How
generic.
many are in there?
These are extra
Yeah, I know,
strength.
it's not
20
generic,
CVS.
it's real Tylenol.
We're doing CVS pricing. Yep, and you're going to show them. How many are in there? Yeah, I know,
Tylenol.
I know. How many are in there?
I think it's
And
24.
you were going to do that one later. That's
That's
second.
right. Don't buy trade, buy generic.
What did he say?
I said, don't buy trade, buy generic. Save your money.
Oh. I just did that with my low strength aspirin. I did. It was like $8 less at Target.
And it's the same stuff.
What? Same. There you go, right from the professional. Okay, what price did you say?
$7.89.
$5.49.
Hey, who's going to figure this out? Okay, your price again?
$5.49.
$5.49. Your price?
$6.89. $3.49. $5.
Oh, you win. I don't need anybody to help me. It was $6.97.
$6.99.
Oh, 99.
$6.99.
$6.99. You're the winner.
Winner.
Yep, you can sit your stuff right here. Okay, so you can come in front of the. No, you can stay right back there, girl. Do whatever you want to. It's your game. You get to pick one of these prizes off the table. Oh, you know. Okay. Oh, you love blue? Blue. Then blue it is. Are you ready? Yep. This is. Oh. This is a Spartina cosmetic bag for you. Thank you so much. You can just leave that right there. Yes. Here we go. Thank you. All right, now we have another item that Dr. Rooney is going to share with you all. This is a small tube of hand cream by Michelle Designs. A little harder. The reason we have these two items is because I forgot to buy the items for Let's Make a Deal. So these came out of someone's purse. All right, so write down your price, and we'll see who's closer. I'm going to start over here. $7.20.
$4.99.
$4.99. $12? You need to come shop at my store, girl.
$3.82.
$3.82, and the winner is you. It was $4.99. Okay, so I have a little more of a challenge for you. So we have these fabulous prizes. Didn't have enough room or a budget for a curtain. So those of you who remember Let's Make a Deal, you could choose a curtain. But in my pocket, woo, I have a Pepper Berries gift card. So you're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't take it. Really. Yeah. Oh, wait, y'all didn't hear it. I love Pepper Berries. All right, but you don't know what's in these 3 boxes either. So, is it the undisclosed amount on the Pepper Berries gift card, or is it one of these fabulous boxes? I love you, ma'am. This is $100 Pepper Berry gift. She's going to see me tomorrow. How about that? All right, you can exit the stage. You're a winner, girl. You just take that to the store. All right, so now it's going to be a little bit different because now we get into the medical part where we're going to ask a medical question. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing because I have to read this. And you have to raise your hand. You all are going to decide who raises their hand first to answer the question. Are you ready? We learned that you should have an annual mammogram every year, but how often should you do a self-breast exam? You. Is that it? Is that it? Once a month? Once a month? All right, you get to choose one of these boxes. You're going to choose this one? This is a Nora Fleming candy dish and napkin holder, and you get to come to Pepperberry's and pick out 3 attachments that go on this little piece. So the ladies here from Pepperberry's have to remember that. 3 attachments. They make Christmas, they make New Year's, they make all those cute little things. And I have the box for it. Hey, shout out back there to some of my girls. There's Sheila. 15 years at Pepperberry's. Then there's Brittany, our newest addition. We have Hunter, the mother of Grayson, and there's Laura. Woo, 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 woo. All right, thank you all very much. Next question. We have 2 participants. We have, whoa, romantic lighting. Okay. At what age should you start to get a mammogram? Yes. Tick, 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 tick. What?
40.
40 is right. All right. So pick a prize. This one's no longer. Can we put that right behind? So you get to pick big or little. You're going big? Go ahead, lift it up, girl. You have a Hamilton Beach blender. Woo! You be careful going down them steps. All right, now we have 1 left. I think you deserve this box. Right? Are you ready? Here is a $50 gift certificate to Pepperberry's. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Well, that was fun.
This has been so much fun that
Roz, has it been fun for you?
It has been fun. This is my first Pamper Me Pink. Woo! You guys are so amazing. But we have a special surprise for someone.
No, we don't do that here. Wait. Maybe I'll do this.
Yes, we do.
Maybe I'll do this. Are you doing a cheer? Are you doing a cheer?
I mean, I could be loud enough, but I'll not yell at you. No, up here, front and center, please, and thank you.
Just in case.
Just in case. So, Sharon, we just wanted to take a minute and acknowledge you. And thank you. So everyone take a moment for Sharon. So, and how do you say thank you to Sharon Clark, who just does amazing, amazing things? Well, you create an award for her.
Oh!
So Sharon, we would like to present to you the first ever Brazzi Award.
My goodness! Wow!
So Sharon.
The Brazzi Award! Very nice,
So
very
today
nice.
we present the Brazzi to you for being more supportive than an underwire. For being more exciting than lace. For knowing when to take your bra off and just stay home. Thanks for going virtual. Keeping us all healthy.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Well,
for putting in more work than a sports bra.
Oh.
And being more uplifting than your favorite push-up bra. Sharon Clark, this is you.
You are so
Thank you.
funny.
you. I'm honored. You guys are just fun. Just fun. Oh, hi. Aren't you jealous?
That is just your size.
Well, you know, let me take a moment. My size. Yeah. Hello. You know, I need to thank my producer, Roz, and I need to thank, Thank you. But all joking aside, this just brings me so much joy. It has extended my life. It will continue to extend my life. And like I said, it's an unusual partnership that we've made work. So I appreciate it.
You know, it wouldn't be the same without you, Sharon.
You never know.
And
we haven't tried it yet.
No plans to do so.
Oh, good.
But who's had fun tonight?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
We promised to laugh. We promised to cry. And I just really want to thank our invited guests for sharing your stories and being really vulnerable. Because of your story and your courage, you're making a difference in another person's life. So thank you so much.
And we have past people that have been on our panel before out in the audience. You all know who you are. I won't draw attention to you because you probably don't want to do that again. But thank you for continuing to support us. We really do appreciate it. Be safe driving home, and just thank you for being here. Pampering has opened back up again. So if anybody wants hand wax, pink extensions, anything like that, we're there. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you all so much. Have a great night.